Hey everybody, it's Bobo the Vulture, and as you can tell, left hook is my best punch. This is a little announcement video, just to keep everybody into the loop, that I am going to be on vacation next week. Bean and I are headed down to attend a wedding and decided we'd just take the whole time off. Probably will I'll probably pack a laptop, and if I am able to, internet connections permitting, and all the rest of that sort of thing, I might try and upload things while I'm off. That said, I am starting to run out of some of my videos. I usually record a decent bit in advance because I don't always have time to sort of sit down and do something every day for fresh content all of the time. Um, And actually, I have multiple LPs right now that are on the verge of conclusion. Um, Obviously, it will only be a few more videos. They'll be very long videos before Gran Turismo gets done. There are a couple of other series that are sort of winding down as well, which also means I'm going to need to figure out what to do from here. If I did decide to do another driving game, I've got a couple of options. I could try and find a nice port of Street Rod that I could get to work, but I'm somewhat enamored of that, having seen Zerfal's coverage of that in his C64 100 list. I might play a more modern variation of it, like Forza Horizon. I have an Xbox 360 I purchased recently. I'm not able to get online with it, which actually limits your ability to play a lot of things, and certainly, limits your ability to multiplayer pretty much anything. The exception of the rare anymore couch multiplayer game, which is a little disappointing. But what are you going to do? I might do that. Might just take a little break from the driving games, considering I'm almost taking a break from Gran Turismo 2 right now before I'm even done with it, and it's pretty much my favorite driving game. There's a lot to it, folks. It's a dense game, especially for PlayStation 1. I mean, it seemed huge at the time because obviously it was PlayStation 1 was the first sort of like dedicated CD system that really caught on. There were, I mean, 3DO came before that, and I understand that, Sega CD and Turbo Graphics CD and those things all came before, but I mean, that was the one that was what it was designed around. It wasn't a peripheral, and it was one that actually everybody bought. So, well, everybody that didn't get an N64 instead. So, I'm going to be looking for new things to do. The interesting thing is I have in my possession now way more games than I could shake a stick at in terms of what to do next. I've been watching Mysterious JG's WWE 2K15 videos, and it's made me kind of want to do something wrestling related, potentially. I've got a couple of things I could do to that end. I've got TNA had a video game years back called TNA Impact. Could go for that, or I've had in the back of my head, and I know a lot of people have thought it would sound incredibly boring, and it would be, I'm sure, after a time. But there was a wrestling management sim from like back in the early to mid 2000s called Extreme Warfare Revenge. I think they've made revisions to it since, but that was the one that I played, and I think it was also the last one that was freely available online. And after that, the creators began to try to commercialize it, which fair play to them. Make money off of your products. I don't grudge anybody that. It did mean, however, that they needed to switch away from a universe in which they had real life professional wrestlers. Basically, they had, real professional wrestler characters in that game. Don't get too excited. It's basically just, here's a list of stats, and that list of stats is labeled Mark Henry or CM Punk, or you know, Hydro, or Xavier, or Spanky, um, or Triple H. Whatever. It might have actually been before John Cena was like a dude on the wrestling scene. I kind of forget now. It's been a while since It's been a while since I actually messed with it. Those would be options. I've got a bunch of games that I bought meaning to play and then didn't get around to playing them because I wasn't doing LPs on them. Among those are Catherine for PS3. There's Bully for PS2, which I picked up. I picked up a ton of PS2 games right when basically all of the GameStops around had sort of consolidated. Basically, what they ended up doing is they would consolidate all of their PS2 stock to like maybe one or two stores in a region so they'd have enough to fill a rack or two. And we're basically just giving them away practically. Like, it'd be buy one, get three free or something like that. I mean, probably not quite that bad, but like buy one, get two, maybe. So I've got a ton of PS2 games that I possess but have not actually played. Things like Beautiful Joe and State of Emergency, Death Jam Vendetta, Bombastic. I'm just looking at titles on my shelf now. Those ones aren't necessarily the ones I have a specific strong interest in. They're just games that are there. I need to get back into Fallout 3. I would enjoy doing that. I'm thinking as weird as it is, what may be the simplest, easiest solution for getting back into Fallout 3 is getting my save files onto a flash drive, unpacking my old XP machine, saving the save files onto that, and using the HDMI out from my video card on that to record it through the Hauppauge on my new computer. Which would be very silly, but it would mostly work. Failing that, I might be able to actually try and record full screen using some other program like, I don't know. Yeah, some screen capture software. I would use any number of them. There are a bunch of them out there. They all have their pluses and minuses. Those in the LPing community know all this stuff already. I'm not telling tales out of school. So I could do that for Fallout 3. Have any number of other games. I'd had it in the back of my head for a long time, even though, again, it's not innovative in the least. But going through all the Mega Man games, just because I have physical cartridges of 2 and 3, and then I've got, I think, a GameCube copy of the like Mega Man collection, which was like Mega Man's 1 through 7, or no, I guess 1 through 8. Because 9 and 10 were the ones that they released digital download years later, right? Yeah, those. Either way, could do that. And I also have, they did a Mega Man X collection too, which didn't actually get all of the Mega Man X games. The Mega Man X games, of course, being an event where Mega Man would like BMX bike or, flip around and skateboards and crap. But there were like one or two that were released after the Mega Man X collection came out, and I'm pretty sure I have both of those as well. I could do something like that, but that is ground that has been trod over a million times. Literally a million times. I'd like to do another nice Metroidvania-style game. So I suppose anybody has particular suggestions for those kinds of things. If I had another one that I already had purchased, I would probably just want to hop right on that. I have recently gone on a buying spree of Humble Bundles. Not super recently, but over the past like month or two, I've been buying all the Humble Bundles and getting all the games that are on those. although I still haven't actually gone through and set up the Steam account that will allow me to redeem all of these codes. But yeah, one of these days I'm going to have to hop on Steam. Of course, once that happens, if people have games that they want me to do or deal with, they can point me to them on there. Once I get, my Steam set up. And it would be an opportunity to play communally with various Let's Play luminaries in the world. So that would be nice, right, guys? Right. I guess the thing is I have a million different LPs going on right now. Not literally a million different LPs. I have, what is it? 5 LPs going on. 6 LPs? Something like that. It is a lot. It's more than I would ordinarily do. But basically I have an LP going right now for basically myself. Well, I have 2 going for myself, and then like 1 to 2 each for every frequent collaborator I might have. So it's good, it's fun, it's nice, it's pleasant. Though it does occur to me now that it used to be that I would only play one game at a time with, like, if I was doing a Let's Play together with JG, we'd start on one and we'd see it through all the way till the end before we'd pick up something else. And right now we've got, well, for JG, we've got Deception for Blood Ties and Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker going at the same time. So it's a lot of balls in the air. Balls. So yeah, maybe I'll just find some Simple Dimple NES game that I enjoy from my, earlier days and do something like that. I don't know, folks. If you've got ideas, by all means, air them. You can submit write-ins, votes. I obviously am just going to do whatever it is that strikes my fancy in the end, but maybe your suggestion will be the one that strikes my fancy, and I'll be like, oh man, my fancy, it got so struck. Ugh. Maybe I'll go back and do another Aerobiz run. I don't think I ever did the ladder run of the original, the second scenario, ladder scenario of the original Aerobiz. That would be the one thing preventing me from having everything Aerobiz that was released in the U.S. Thoroughly Let's Played. It's an option. I hadn't actually thought about that for a little while until right now. Either way, I'm sure this video has gone on well and long enough. I just thought I would let you guys know. Going to be out of town next week. May or may not be able to upload. Also, starting to look for new series to LP. So if you've got ideas, by all means air them. If you don't have ideas, well, that's okay, but I'm a little bit hurt that you seem to be interested enough in coming to my channel, but not interested enough to actually have some thoughts of what you want to see me do. Anyhow, this is BoboTheVulture, Negaverse Yoma Monster with 40 health. Thanks very much for watching this announcement, I guess. And I will see you all another time. Bye for now, though.